welcome back to the Political Process Part 2. I'm Kareem Clemens. Welcome. All right, so I was also explaining to you guys in the last episode that we definitely want to, if we wanted to get the system, because we just went over in a campaign and did the event, went to 40 homes, and people were talking about taxes, but I had also added in that if we got rid of taxes completely, right, and just went off of government borrowing, then everybody would be happy, but I don't know. All right, so we spent 5 hours of our time, of my time, door knocking here at IO. So now we're going to do some interviews. Now, like I told you guys, I like to go to the big rallies. But before that, say I was a rally. I'll do one. Let's do the national television. I'm going to stick to the Sunday news program. And then I'm going to come down to the National News Magazine. And you're probably wondering anything about the office. Nothing's not really happening in office until I press that next tab or next term right there. All things happen with next term, and then I'll just go back and forth. But you don't really have to hit it. You can stay as long as you want until you get everything done, or basically use up the remainder of your hours. Okay. All right, so let's go to the rallies. I'm not going to be focusing I'm not going to be really doing fundraising because real quick, I do know that the game allowed you either could work from your money that you receive, which as governor of New Jersey, I'm getting $135,000. However, my campaign has over like $1 million, and I'm getting donations from individual donations and also from PAC donations. So, and if I want to add money to my funds, I can. I think I have over 81 million. I had 1 billion in the bank. So, hey, if we can't win this election, we'll buy it. Darn it. So, but now we just try to do as much as we can right here on these episodes in this series. All right, so come back to the events. Let's go ahead and do some rallies. I could say a 10 or rally. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Nah, I ain't going to be able to do all. So I'm going to do, because everything is 5. So let me see. Let's go to this one. We'll hold here. Okay, we got some Republicans there. I'll do let me just go ahead and speech. Give the speech because I do have to recognize these people. And I'm going to do another speech here. All right. Let me just go ahead and do the rallies real quick. Or I could go back to interviews and do like a couple more interviews. Or it's either that, or I can go and spend my own money on marketing, television, and radio interview. But I'm not going to do that yet because nobody has done it to me. Because usually if they would have done it to me, you would see it like whatever, because I haven't went to the next tab. So let me just go ahead and get this out of the way, and then we'll just go ahead to the next term. All right, so let's go ahead and go to Polk County News. And then let's go ahead and do some more rallies. Let's do Johnson's, as much rallies we can. We're just going to do all rallies at 10. Okay, as much as we can. All right, so we don't have no more points. And we just go to the next term. So it's going to be, when you press this, a whole week go by. And then we'll see what's happening. Go back to office. And then, boom. All right, so now we are in week 2 of office. Because I am now... Well, not saying now, but I am the governor of New Jersey. And let's see for my campaign, right? But before we go on the campaign, let me just do one thing at a time. All right, so in office, I do have my challenges, same thing, minimum wage and universal pre-com. This is the good part because we now get to see the money and where everything's going. So let's create a state budget. All right, so Now, this takes a lot of time, a lot of time, a lot of time. Patience is virtual, the key of understanding anything that we do and the things that we say, and just it is what it is, right? So with that being said, guys, what I normally do is I look over all this. I look over all this. Look at the tax revenues. I look at the general tax, the deduction, the expenditure, the general expenditure, the budget status, the treasury. I look at all the from the departments that we have, horticulture, education, because each department is going to get money, 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 whether or not it's true or false. That's yes or no. And then if you feel like it's so much and you feel that it's just so, like, you can't control all this, you could just come down and says balance the budget. Press that button and everything is just set. You know? Or you can just go ahead and do the ones that you want to do, and then you can just go ahead and balance the budget. So you're looking at all this and saying, what are we looking at, Kareem? What we're looking at what is called the governor's budget. And this is the money that the state treasury is telling us that we are able to spend, right, on certain things as education, health and human services, the judicial branch, the horticultural, which we don't really have that much going because anything in red is a no-go, and anything in green is a yes. Okay, so true is yes and false is no. The corrections, and you know, mind you, some money that we may see, like you may see this. Let's say, for instance, like $163 million was requested for their budget, but they only used 161 million. So that's over 200, or at least over a million, 1.1 or $1.5 million that they didn't use. So that will go into programs like, the university preschool, so it's like that. That's what I was referring to when I was saying that instead of just increasing the tax bracket, people's income taxes and stuff, to get that money into the other programs, then I'm like, nah. So according to our treasury, green is good. So we have about over $235 million to spend. So let me just look at certain things. All right. So we don't have flat tax. We don't have property tax. But we have vehicle registration tax, which is at I think that's $50 per vehicle. And then we have corporate tax, which I think corporate tax needs to be a little higher. This is where our transportation was saying about the gasoline tax. We could just increase that, but I'm not going to do that because we're already pulling over $1 billion out of gasoline tax. I'm going to come down here to the marijuana. Okay, so the marijuana sales tax is a tax levy against the sales of marijuana products. So if we just increased or just wrote into executive order for the cannabis and sales of something that's dealing with marijuana, then why not tax out of it? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and true that. Okay, next question is how much? Now, if you see that, you notice something changed over here, right? If you peep that. So if we say false, no. If we say yes, boom. That just adds more money into our treasury, but we just have to make sure we divide that equally. Okay? Follow me. Now, if we was to do 25.8, now I know normally when I do this, I kind of get alcohol tax at a high rate and tobacco tax. No matter how much or how far you put the scale on tobacco taxes or alcohol taxes, they're still going to buy it. They're still going to contribute to it. No. Okay. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. I was responding to that message. No. All right. So yeah. So if I was to increase alcohol taxes al- and tobacco taxes at an all-time high, no matter how much revenues that I will be getting from it, they will still buy from it. It will be no problem. So, with that being said, since marijuana is a high commodity for a lot of states, and a lot of states prefer it to be at a all-time approval level at a federal standstill, a federal, well, this is going to be a state because some states can do it because they strap for cash, or they just do it because they want to level across the playing field for all citizens instead of like charging people and arresting them for something that is grown naturally. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is just my opinions. All right. So 25% is going to bring us into getting over. I think. Let me see. If I was to do. If I was to do it up like that, that would bring in over $1 billion. But I'm not going to do that. If I was to do 50, let me see. If I was just started off by doing it, no, because you only get to do this. You do this every year. So, and anything that's going to be effective here right now is not going to take place into 2017. All right. So anything that I'm doing here now is going to take place for next year. So be mindful of that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and spook this up at we need money. I'm gonna do 9. And then if if it's too high, then I'll just go ahead and bring it down. Cool? Boom. Now, there was another, let me come to transportation. Now, here we have the state road maintenance and we have the construction. We have the construction, the maintenance, and then we have the Bureau of Motor Vehicle. And then, like I said, they request, the budget request is a lot, but they don't use that much money. They really don't. Like, they don't use that much money. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to add some more money into the Department of Transportation budget. And that's 351. What, a couple of dollars? Let's see. Let's round it off to the nearest hundred. So let's go up to 500. All right, boom. There we go. And then let's go ahead and round this off to the nearest hundred. And mind you, all this change that I'm doing is definitely going to have to get approval by, let me see. Yeah, discriminatory. It's going to have to get approval by Congress or the state or House, Senate. All right. And then let me just look at state police, police officers, police staff, utility supplies, office rent, central. I think at some point we're going to have to do something because, again, the crime, mind you, the crime, we just looked at the metrics and seen the crime was out of control when it comes to public ordinance and drug crime. So let's take a look at corrections. So if drug crime was a problem, right, I think drug rehab programs, city jails, oh, this is city jails. Oh, so I don't really know at a city. So I'm not a mayor. So I am a governor. So at a we have it at a state prison. We have drug rehabs, state prison at a state level, but we don't have it at a city level. We have also vocational training for state, but we don't have it for city. So you figure it has to happen, it has to get better in the cities and counties. The city before they go to county. Because the county, if they start to act up and go through the system, then the system is going to wave them up and they're going to get sentenced and then they're going to go to state prison to serve out their time. So if we can stop the recidivism and the rehabilitation, increase the rehabilitation of people who are getting out, maybe city jail or city jails for the drug rehab should be a yes. I'm thinking. And again, this will all go in effect like for 2017. All right, so let me see. High school, I don't know why they don't do that. I think they should do that. Or I have the power to do this, I guess. We'll revisit this. We'll revisit it and see. Because I really think that I think if we had something at a city level, right? I think our crime. I'm just assuming. I don't know. So let me see. State police, we already went there. National resource. Let me see. Housing. Public housing. Are we spending too much on public housing? Public housing program help provide affordable housing to low-income individuals and families by having the government pay for percentage. I think the percentage needs to go down because I think this. Let me just tell you this, guys. From what I've learned from Government Simulator 1 and also Democracy 3 and also Democracy 4, what I've learned and that's why I gave y'all the whole idea of, at one point trying to eliminate taxes and just going off the whole government spending, borrowing. I think at some point we want to try to get people off of welfare, out of poverty, and get them jobs so they can learn how to, or not saying they don't learn how to, but save their money and get better jobs, salary wise, because it has to be at a city wise, state wise, and national wise. So that's what I'm gonna do when I become president. I'm gonna make sure that I add some of these programs that I'm talking about and for the country because I think it's important, So public housing, I think I want to bring the percentage down, even though it's going to be. Let me see the percentage of rent the government pays. I'm going to say 30%. I'm going to put this down to 30%. Right? 30%. It's going to be 30%. That is how much the government is going to pay. 30% for this. Right? And I'm going to see what it's going to look like. Because I think that if we can pay 30% of it, we can just see where people stand at when it comes to the rest of the people not paying. Okay? Okay, I'm drinking coffee. It's hot. I love it. I love hot coffee, hot black coffee, At first, I did like it with like creamer in it, but I like it with just with nothing, just black, 100% pure coffee. And it's okay to have like 2, 3 cups a day. Okay, because I in the morning when I go work out, I have shots of it. But when I'm here with you guys doing episodes, I have like about a half a cup. All right. So emergency homeless shelters, we have that. That's at the max of it. Okay, we can't add any money there. High school equivalent program for residents in permanent housing. I'm going to hold off on that as of now. Let's go ahead and look at our other expenses. Civil Rights Commission, that's already maxed out. Everything's maxed out. Department of Homeland Security, they was right on target with their budget, just about a couple of thousands off. State Museum Historic Sites, Department of Commerce. Ooh, they had exactly at least 1.5 million they didn't use. I mean, I could take money from out of that, like at least I could take like 400,000 from them, and they still be on the market. I mean, it's if I took $20 from them or 50 G, they still would be good because they only used 160 million. Department of Employment Services, they almost racked up on how much they needed, so I ain't gonna touch them. I'm not gonna touch any of that. So let's look at finance services. So let's say finance management, we maxed out. Department of maxed out. Professional licensing agency. So provide funding for professional licensing agency which issue license to qualified individuals seek employment as nurses, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and other specialized occupancy. So I think, and they actually literally like met it. I think we should add, if it's teachers, anything that has teachers in it, I think it'll be good because we need to increase our teachers for our students. So I'm going to add in, let me see, I'm just going to press this. And I'm going to add in, let's see, let's round that off to, let's go to 15. I have to move the bar over real quick. Oh. What I'm looking at, 949. I'm looking at 9515. 9515. Yep, right here. I'm looking at 15. Boom. 9,515,000. That's what I'm looking at for them. So now they have more. The agricultural university school lunches, I think. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. I think children should always have food to eat when they're in school because I think a proper nutritious for the brain breakfast, lunch is really needed because if they're in school for that long, who's going to give them food? So we have to feed them good, well, and give them healthy food so they can go out and conquer everything in the world. All right, where does this money go to? Ooh, state share. So I don't know where this money's coming from. Let's see, provide, is this university free school lunches? Provide, wait, let me see, false. I mean, we have the money. Okay, hold on. Let me see this. Give me 1 second, guys. So we have free and reduced cost school lunches, and we have university free school lunches. So this one here provides free nutritious lunches to all students, unlike the free and reduced lunch program for low-income individuals. The university school lunch program eliminates the stigma around free lunches and ensure that all students receive nutritious meals. And this one is the eligibility rate prevalent to the federal poverty level value of over 100% indicates that students above the federal poverty line are also eligible for the program. So, oh, okay. So, let's go ahead and start off with breakfast, right? And then we're going to see what, because this is school breakfast for everybody. I'm going to do it for there, and I'm going to do it for there. I'm going to do it for both breakfast and lunch. Okay, Health and Human Services. All right. Environmental Quality, Department of, let's go ahead and, oh, they right on the money. Let's go ahead and round that off to 150. And then let's come back to, oh, that's what I wanted to see. Transportation, no. Transportation, correction, and then report. Okay, here we go. So it's the vocational training, the rehabilitation program, and the high school equivalent. Okay, and then I wanted to come to housing, and I want to see this report. Okay, so Mercy Homeless Shelter. Okay. All right, taxes. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and balance the budget, and then gonna continue. And now we used all the money that was there, and then we're gonna go ahead and submit the budget. Okay, we committed submitting it, and then all that we have done and the budget is literally submitted here. Week 2. And then when I come back on the next episode, we will pick up from the campaign, and then we're going to office. All right, guys, there's been another episode of episode 2 of the political process. I'm Kareem Clemens, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For more information, you guys can visit the blog page. Remember, this is part 2 of part 1.